Hi, and welcome to HUR at Home Lifestyles. I'm Angela Stribling, actually coming to you from the WHUR studios. This is my first time doing it from here, and I kind of like it. Let me tell you what's going to happen here tonight. We're going to, first of all, get this whole party started with my good friend, Derrick Rutledge, who is celebrity makeup artist to the stars. And later on, we're going to be joined by a very young NASCAR driver, Rajah Caruth, and I can't wait for you to meet him as well. But let's get started with Derrick, our first guest. If I could just rustle up an applause right now, I would. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
here he is! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Hey, Angela.
Hi,
It's
Derrick.
good to see.
Looking good.
It's good to see you on this platform here.
Thank
It's a
you.
whole new. I like all of this.
It's good, right? So we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Get to see you. And these are some really crazy times right now. And so Derrick and I were
Yes,
talking
they
about,
are.
right? We were talking about, what would really make sense. And, people are sad, people are stressed, people aren't sleeping, people are, needing some health care, and to look refreshed and look our best. What kind of ideas do you have for people to just de-stress and just get it together?
Well, you're right, Angela. We're going through some stressful times right now, and um, I'm one of those. I sit up and I watch television, and I've been dealing with a lot of friends that are you know these times are taking them back. They want to sit up and they want to see what's going on in every time zone. I have friends that have been calling me from London, from Germany, all over the states that are, in solidarity for everything that's going on. But a lot of them aren't sleeping, just
Right.
like me.
I'm one
I'm
of them too.
sleeping. I'm sleeping maybe an average of 4 to 5 hours a night, if that. And a lot of them are noticing that they're getting dark circles under their eyes or bags and things like that. So, other than get sleep, and when you
Let me
can't,
back up so you don't
then
see mine as well.
well, I've had a long stressful day too because I was at the grocery store and everything that goes through when you have to suit up as if you're going, with everything at gloves, mask, everything.
Yes.
So I rushed in here and I said, well, I have to look good for Angela. So I
Thank
ran
you,
in here
Eva.
and I was
And you
looking at the
do.
circles under my eyes as well. So I just went upstairs and spruced up and put a little foundation. I had to cheat a little bit, put a little foundation under my eyes. But normally what I do is um, I have ointments and creams and things that I,
Oil.
use on oils and, that I use on my face whenever I'm tired and need a lift. They're, sometimes I get them from the drugstore, get those little masks that come in the little bags that are for revitalizing your face.
Oh,
I also have different items I have here at home. For instance, we have turmeric. Turmeric is something that usually people have in their home,
yeah.
along with olive oils and lemon and green tea bags, and mixing the certain concoctions together. If you apply it on the face, especially under the eyes, it can help spruce those areas up under the eyes.
So what?
For
So you've got
instance,
this. If you've got turmeric, what are you going to do with that?
okay, with the turmeric, because I wanted to make sure that told you all exactly the right thing with the turmeric. You usually use the turmeric along with some pineapple juice, and when you mix it together and you put it on the eye, underneath the eyes, what it does is it helps to um, lighten the darkness under the eyes because of the pineapple being an antioxidant and because of the acids in the pineapple, and then the healing properties of the turmeric together. Those two together, if you put them together, they can help to alleviate issues up under the eyes.
I love it.
Green tea, now that it's getting warmer and you want to soothe the bags under the eyes, if you just take some green tea bags, because I'm drinking green tea all the time. So what I usually do is with my tea bags that are left, I just put them in the refrigerator. And if I'm feeling a little, you know, de-stressed out and I want to de-stress, then I'll take the cold green tea bags and put them on my eyes, along with and right over top of that, I use some cucumber, and I just bought a whole thing of cucumber today.
For that purpose.
Also, Excuse me?
For that purpose, for
For the
your eyes.
well, yeah, for that purpose, yes, but not
Half
really
of
to
it.
eat really to eat in my salad.
You
But
gotta save a little
what's
bit for
left,
your eyes.
and then I put a little bit on my eyes, and then the other ones I put in vinegar.
Okay, there you go. That works.
And then and
Love
then
these.
excuse me?
Very natural. I love these natural ways of just soothing your skin. Very
Well, yeah,
natural.
if you can't get to the store, you do have a lot of things at home that you can actually take and convert into products that you can use on your face. Coconut oil is another um, product that you can use on the face because it moisturizes the skin and it lightens. And I know a lot of people have asked me before about shea butter. Yes, you can use shea butter, and a lot of times the shea butter with the coconut oil together, it can be a little slippery. But if you put that on the face, that's a good way of not only cleansing the face and getting, because even though you're oily, you still need some oil to take off all the impurities. But then you can also use it as a way of sleeping at night, because the oils in the coconut oil and the shea butter will penetrate into the skin,
But they're
and
not
then
gonna
they will
clog
help
your
us.
pores.
Right, they're not going to clog the pores.
Ah, that's good.
So let me see. But another thing that you can use, I would say, is also in the diet. Okay. um Eating a lot of fish, because you need the fish, because fish has got a lot of omega-3s in it.
Mhm.
So I eat a lot of salmon, and a lot of because of eating the salmon, the omega-3s in the salmon helps the blood. And remember, anything that you put on your skin, you take in, helps to come out through the outside. So whatever you put in your body is going to come out through the skin. So eating a more balanced diet with more of your omega-3s, such as tuna and salmon, those are all things that help as well.
That's very
Um,
good to keep in
and
mind.
then try to cut your salt intake, because salt also helps,
Well,
holds water and inflammation, and that also causes puffiness on the face. Um, I drink a lot of water, and now that it's getting warmer, it's easier for people to drink, more water. But if you
yeah.
do find yourself needing to get that, uh, you get tired and bored of drinking water, they have all kinds of spritzers that are flavored, that have no calories in them, and they have all kinds of flavored waters, and they even have little bottles that you can carry around with you, so you can flavor your water yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right.
that's another way of getting nutrition and getting hydration while you're going through all of this.
So,
Um,
some people have said that carbonated water is not good for your skin. Does it matter?
I would say I know a lot of people that it's better to get the water in. It's better to take the water in. For me, I'm not a carbonated drinker myself.
No, me
I
either.
don't drink carbonated water, drink anything
So
carbonated.
good.
But a
Nothing.
lot of people said they can't drink water unless it's carbonated. But as long as you're getting some kind of water in, it's good, because you got
Okay,
to remember, you also have a lot of naturally carbonated waters that are out there.
that's
Some of
true.
them are, made to be carbonated, but you have a lot of them that come from natural springs that are carbonated. So as long as you're getting your water in, that's what's good.
Okay, that's a very good point. It's like if it's one or the other, at least drink it. Drink
At
something.
least drink it, yes.
Yeah,
I'd rather them do that than to drink a bunch of sodas.
yeah. No, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you one other question.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're walking around, everybody's got to have your mask on. But on a day like today, where I knew I'd be talking to you, I had to put a little makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
My mask is looking really disgusting because I put the mask on and it's got makeup all over it. What should we be doing? I mean, should I just if I'm not going to be on camera, but I want to put a little something on, what do we just make up the top part of our faces? What are you saying? This is kind of a crazy time. I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Get a black mask.
I have a black one. I messed that one up too because the makeup is brown. I just got a new mask yesterday. In fact, I posted
Really?
it. It says vote and it's black. And on the inside of it, I don't want anybody to see the inside because it's got makeup all over it. So that'll be
Right. Well,
something for you to come up with
of
something.
course you're going to cleanse it. You know, you clean it because it is a mask that's able to be cleansed,
Oh, yeah,
correct?
you have to wash it.
Okay, yeah. So what you're gonna have to do now, because I've been hearing this from a lot of people. Do we make up the top part of our face and leave the rest?
Yeah.
No, because if you go inside, you're gonna have to take your mask off.
Crazy.
So what you're gonna have to do now is you're gonna have to be creative and carry yourself a little bag, a baggie, or get yourself a nice little cute compact makeup bag with some foundation in and some powder, and of course some your lipstick or whatever you're going to wear for that
Yes,
day,
that's
so that
another
you
thing.
can do a touch up, because it's inevitable. You're not going to be able to keep the makeup from getting on the mask, and you
Right.
have to wear the mask.
And you have to
But
wear
but just make sure the eyes are stunning, because that's where the most. You know, that's why I'm working on some things right now that all have to do with from here up. You
Is that
know,
right?
so. Oh yes, yes, yes.
Is this a big
Some,
secret? What is that
this is
now?
one thing I can say, that this, with what we're going through, this is giving me a lot of time to think and be creative.
Mhm.
And I've got some things that I've been working on that are going to be coming pretty soon, pertaining to areas from the lip up, you know, because that's the area that that the concentration is on, because we have to wear masks. But I haven't forgotten the lips either. I
Okay.
have a project I'm working on for the lips, and that's coming as well. But the first thing I'm going to be concentrating on are the areas around the eyes. Of course,
Good.
we say the eyes are the windows to the soul. So I'm gonna make
Yes.
sure I take care of those eyes, you know, first.
That's good.
That's
And we
why it's
thank you for that.
important that people actually make sure that they take care of their skin around their eyes as well, because
Mhm.
those areas is what's, you know, we have to think about those, because we want to make sure that they look very pretty and hydrated and bright, you know, your
Yeah.
bright eyes, you know.
Yeah.
So we got to concentrate on those things. And then the other thing that another question I've been getting from a lot of people is, this area here. By putting the mask on, everyone is getting this demarcation right
Yes.
here, you
Yeah.
know, from we're having to wear a mask. And I'm noticing that you know, wearing it for long periods of time, that it gets, you know, it leaves a mark. So what I was telling people to do is get some kind of surgical tape with padding, and then put that on the mask, around the mask, and then that'll help to cushion that area.
What a good
Because
idea.
what happens is that that area is no, you know, is no bigger than like this. But if you put
Right.
some kind of a tape, you have the tape that's got the cushion on it. If you take
Genius.
some of that and then you put that on your nose first, put that on the
Mhm.
nose first, and then put your mask on, that'll help to cushion it, so that you don't get the mark there, and it's the mask is hitting on the tape and not on
Right.
your skin.
That's such
So
a good
that
idea.
makes it much
And even
easier.
the
Yeah, it
kind,
makes it much
there's
easier.
like a cone kind, and you end up with this line as well. I guess you could.
Right. Well, you can do that too, because what I've watched a lot of and I got this idea from watching a lot of the hospital workers that realized that they were getting these marks, and then even, you know, they'll keep the mask on for 8 9 hours at a time or longer. When they take the mask off, they have these marks from the
Deep
mask.
marks.
So
Yeah.
what they were doing is they were taking actual tape. It's not a, I don't want to say
Like
surgical tape.
surgical? Oh,
It's almost a surgical tape, but it's tape that is cushioned. And when you take it, you pull the sticky stuff off, and you put it on your face, on both sides of your face and your nose. When you put the mask there, it's actually used. That tape is acting as a barricade
that's
from
perfect.
the mask, so that the actual mask doesn't sit on the face and start pushing marks down into your face.
I guess you have to be careful
And
about what the tape's showing, so you gotta just take a moment and,
yeah,
work.
you gotta take a moment to do that, or you can take it and you can put it on the mask. You
That's what
see what
I
I'm
would.
saying? You put it on the mask, and then once you put it on the mask, when you take it with the sticky part, put the sticky part on the mask, the areas are gonna touch the face, and so that part is cushioning the face and not pushing down the pressure of the rubber band being behind your ear, the
Right.
elastic being behind your ear, or even you're tying too tight. Then what happens is that it's pulling and pushing, putting pressure onto the face, which is leaving marks.
Leaving
And
marks is
eventually,
never good.
and then day
We're
after
getting
day
a lot
after
of love.
day.
I just want to shout out the people who are here, and thank you so much for your sweet comments. Everybody loves you, Derrick. And
Well, I
Vivian,
love everybody. You know how big my heart is.
I do know how big your heart is, which is why I love you so much. But shout out to everybody who's joining us. And I know this is a short one. I could talk to you for hours on end, which we normally do. But before we leave, is there anything else that you wanted to get out there, advice for us, trying to look our best?
Um, Look our best while all this is going
While
on.
we're stressed.
Uh, the way we can look our best is to clean our hearts. That um, and support our
Mm,
people. I I have to say this because earlier I was in tears and I sat in my car and it just broke. I broke down in tears because I've been seeing ever since yesterday because of Tuesday, people are now in support of other
yeah,
businesses. I mean, there was makeup artists that I've known and have known for years, and for them to say, I've never reached out to you, but I'm reaching out to you because I want to support you. And I've been getting that from a lot of people lately that, I know of you. I've never reached out and said hello to you. I'm just saying hello to you and let you know I'm supporting you. Can you support me? And so right now, it's all about us helping us supporting us, and that's what's really important with about this is all happening to help us to help each other to come together as a community. And that really, I sat in the car before I went into the store and I just had to get a good cry out because it just felt good to
yeah.
hear the way so many people are now getting together supporting their each other. So
That's so
just
beautiful. Thank you for
just
sharing
dealing
that.
just deal with love.
Yeah, deal with love. You're right. And that's the most beautiful thing. You're getting some love here from Diane Addison Thompson. She said, your mom was her fifth grade teacher. Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Fifth
Wow.
grade. Oh wow, that's way back. That's way
You're going back.
yeah, well, mommy was a fifth and sixth grade teacher before she became a counselor, vice principal, then principal. All at the same school, 40 years in the same school.
Wow, that's
From
beautiful.
kindergarten all the way up to counselor, vice principal, principal before she retired after 40 years in the school system. And she did it all at the same school, Drew Elementary in Northeast
Oh,
DC.
fantastic. Derrick, you're awesome. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I'm going to try every single thing you recommended, and I'll let you know how it
Okay. And I was trying to get it all in,
No,
and
you
because I
did.
knew I
You
didn't
did
have much
great.
time. I knew I
Yeah.
didn't have much time, so I was trying to get it all in. But we'll have much more time later on to definitely discuss that and more.
And when you come
Okay,
back in a month,
when I come back.
you're going to
When
show
I
us
come
all
back.
those eye products and all the stuff you promised
Oh
us.
yes,
Going to
that
be
way
beautiful.
I'll have everything propped up and sitting around me. I didn't want to take
Yes.
time to pull things up and everything and do a demonstration like I'm on The Price is Right. So what I
Next time you can do that. It'll be the prices
the
right.
next time I will.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm
Okay.
going to say hi to our next guest before you go. So,
Yes,
Rajah
he is
Caruth is
wonderful.
an amazing young NASCAR driver, and
Yes, and I'm proud of him.
yeah. So, I wanted you to say hi to Derrick before he leaves
Hey
us.
Derek, thank you everybody for having me on.
Raja, Raja, it's a pleasure and a blessing to be able to meet someone as wow. When I heard about you and what you did, I wasn't expecting to see someone so young. So I bow to you. I'm proud of you for what you're doing, and especially being such a young and astute person. So nice meeting you, and I'm now passing on the torch and the platform to you and Angela.
Thank
Cool,
you.
thank you, Derek.
Thank you so much, Derek. Love you. Well, you know what? Oh my gosh, I feel the pressure. Hi, Raja. Welcome to HUR at Home Lifestyle.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have to echo what Derrick just said. We're all so proud of you. And this isn't WHUR or Howard University's first time getting involved with NASCAR. We were very much involved with Mark Davis. Our former general manager, Jim Watkins, became really good friends with Mark and his dad. And we were able to get our logo on his car. He wore WHUR jerseys and everything. And it was,
Nice.
isn't it nice? I mean, sponsored these bus tours to the races, which I'm just finding out about. I don't know why I was never on one. Much as I would love to go to NASCAR. So, that just made me extra excited to meet you. And I just want to know all about what even got you interested in being a NASCAR driver.
Well, I didn't grow up in a racing family, and I really got interested from like cars and speed racer from when I was little and getting, little toy cars and such. And I didn't really phase out of it, when you're little, think I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut, but really NASCAR for me, I never phased out of it, and
You're like, I'm still into it.
yeah, it's stuck with me ever since.
And how did you get started with it? I mean, you were like playing video games.
I mean, I really started, I guess, my career in 2017. I raced indoor go-karts for a summer, and then last year I hopped onto iRacing, or 2018 I hopped onto iRacing, and the year after joined NASCAR Drive for Diversity as well. So, been a pretty I guess, fast-paced journey so far. It's been very fun.
Very, very, very proud of you. From Washington, D.C. In fact, your father is a professor here at Howard University, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So tell us about this NASCAR for Diversity program. What is that?
So the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program has been, in a thing for over a decade, and so not only has a driver development program, it also has a pit crew development program, a college internship program, and its goal is really to promote inclusion in the sport, to show that NASCAR is really for everybody, and to give people like me that wouldn't have an opportunity to drive, to pit a car, or to even be in the sport in the first place, chances to show their talent, show their skill set, and just have fun and learn about the sport.
The sport is amazing. I had some stats here that NASCAR is one of the largest spectator sports in the U.S. The largest NASCAR arena holds 190,000 spectators. And in television, it falls just behind the NFL as the most watched televised sporting event. Do you think a lot of people know that just how big it is?
Definitely, I don't think a lot of people, especially,
People
I guess
there?
people in cities and such, and from DC, I'm one of the few people, at my school and really in that I've come into contact with that initially knew about motorsports, knew about NASCAR specifically. So I don't think it's super well known how popular and how big NASCAR really is. But
Yeah.
hopefully we can do something about that in the years to come.
Good. And, I was thinking about you and what's going on with the George Floyd protests and thinking about you in an arena where, honestly, before Mark, I don't know if there were any African American drivers, and so not diverse. I don't know how diverse it is now. But what's going through your mind with the state of events, current affairs right now?
So it's definitely, and it's not just this, this specific incident. It's been an ongoing thing since long before I was even born. So it's definitely something I take into account, not only when I'm at the racetrack, but whenever I leave the house, how I carry myself online, how I'm at school, how I'm at the store, how I am, biking out in Rock Creek Park. It's something that unfortunately, you have to be accustomed to, and, we can all work to foster change, but at the same time, you have to make sure that you put yourself in good situations to where you're not in harm's way, and at the end of the day, just do the right thing.
Yeah. So what is the environment like at NASCAR? You're a trailblazer as well. And I mean, do you find that it's difficult sometimes being the only African American driver?
Not really. I've started going to races. My first race was in 2014. I've had really positive experiences every time I've been at the racetrack, whether I'm racing or I'm a spectator fan. Whether it's interacting with drivers, a couple times, I've been to Dover a couple times, and sitting in the stands with my dad, I'll see a couple people, in a couple seats over, and I'll have like a Ricky Stenhouse or a Darrell Wallace shirt on, and they got a Junior shirt on or a Jeff Gordon shirt, and and when everybody's there, you're there because you like NASCAR racing, and so
all about
and
the racing.
you're there to feel the experience, and at the same day, or when you're there, you're all family, you all are enjoying the show and have ties and personally are invested in drivers and teams doing well and are really just enjoying the show.
How wonderful is that? That's really, really good. So who were your inspirations, when you decided to embark upon this whole NASCAR career? Who inspired you to do that?
So I think I got a couple people that I've looked up to. Initially Jimmy Johnson was a person that I enjoyed watching. When I was littler, and seeing not only how he carried himself on the track but off the track in terms of how he treated his sponsors, his fellow competitors, media members and things like that. Along with Darrell Wallace Jr. Being a graduate of the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program and being in the Cup Series now, he's someone that I've looked up to as well. And as a whole, there's been a lot of drivers that I've looked at and try to emulate different skills that they've shown on the track, but also off the track, whether it's with sponsor relationships, with fans, with addressing media members by their first name, really just everything you can to set myself apart and do my best.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I love racing. Whenever I go to an arcade, that's the only thing I want to do. I want to race. I'm not good at it, but it doesn't stop me from trying. Take us on one of your journeys. How fast are you actually going? And have you ever been afraid?
I've never been afraid, but it's definitely very fun. My first time in a full stock car was last October at the NASCAR Drive for Diversity Combine at New Smyrna Speedway, and that was my first time in a late model stock, and we were going 120 in those cars, and so that was really my first big car experience, and it took me a little bit.
120?
Yes, ma'am. The track is, I believe, 0.49 miles, so a little banked short track just south of Daytona Beach, and that was really fun, and that was really my first experience, going that fast, being in a full almost 2-ton stock car, and feeling the power, and it was a blast, and it was really fun. That's all I can really say.
Imagine. So what is the fastest you've gone?
Probably just I guess 120, 130 in a late model stock.
Gosh. I can't even imagine that. So you probably have a lot of little boys looking up to you. Actually, probably not just little boys, grown men are probably admiring you as well. But to the little ones who want to do what you do, what do you tell them? What do you say to them?
You just got to stay committed. At such a young age, you can be easily swayed by your parents, by your friends in terms of, what you should do with your life, or whether you should do this or that. And if something's in your heart that you really want to do something, you should just do it. It definitely is situational for some things, but if you want to race, if you want to, write a book, you want to, be a special type of doctor or scientist, you just got to put in the work. And, if you really care about it that much, all the work should come easy because, you have a goal, and because you care about it and you love it so much, it should be easy to achieve. Not easy, but the work should come, somewhat easy just because, you care about it so much.
Yeah. Oh, Darlene just wrote, a driver can lose pounds in one race. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. So, you can lose a lot of pounds in terms of sweat, especially in the higher national forms of NASCAR. You'll have like the Coke 600, which is a 400 lap race, 600 miles, 4+ hours, and no breaks. So, you're constantly intaking fluids, and drivers like Jimmy Johnson has a whole, cool suit on the inside of his fire suit to keep him, hydrated and cooled off in like a race car.
Wow.
But it's very physical.
It's very physical. Now, okay, so if you need to, I guess you can't stop. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't do anything. You just have to wait until the race is over.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes, like I've made some bad decisions in terms of drinking some juice or
drinking all this water.
some juice or water, before a race, and it runs long because we have a delay of some sort. Since your adrenaline is up, you really don't think about it. But if you have a delay of some sort, you're just sitting there for, it seems like an eternity, but it's really like 2, 5, 10 minutes, and you start feeling them like, okay, this kind of sucks. But I mean, other than that, your adrenaline's up. You don't really pay attention to it. But as soon as you hop out, when you calm down a little bit, straight to the porta
Run.
potty.
Exactly. That would make me drive even faster. So, you were talking about if there's anything that you want to do, you've got to do the work. What kind of work goes into, I guess, staying on top? Like how much time in a day do you have to dedicate to practicing, and what does that look like?
So there's a couple of different ways you can go about it. Being on a sim and iRacing is really where I learned a lot for my career and learned a lot of basics. And so it's kind of natural for me to use this sim as a tool. And so I'm on here for hours on end, every day, whether it's different practices, different races and divisions, competitions, you name it. Always on here every day. In addition to that, I'm also, sorry for technical difficulties. In addition, I work out every other day, and just trying to keep myself physically in shape and making sure I have good habits, and good sleep habits, good eating habits. Just similar to a lot of other athletes, doing the work to work on your craft and doing the other things to set yourself apart.
Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, you don't think about that. You don't think about race car drivers as being athletes, but the physicality is a major part of it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's next? I mean, what's next for you? What is your big goal? To be on top and stay on top, and that's all you want to do
So
forever?
I mean, my goal, years down the line is to be a NASCAR Cup Series champion one day. Not trying to rush, but that's the goal that I've wanted to have since I could even have I guess full thoughts. And that's
Wow.
really my goal at the end of the day. And I like to see it as everything I do, whether it's coursework, whether it's working out, getting to bed early on the sim, whatever task I have to do, even chores around the house. I kind of think of it as okay, one step further, 1 inch further to that goal one day.
I love it, Raja. I love your focus. I love your commitment. And you're going very far. You're already far, but you're going even farther. Tell everybody how we can support you and how we can stay connected with you on social media.
Yeah, so you can follow me on at Rajah Caruth on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, TikTok, Twitch, everything. I'm on those platforms, on my phone a lot. If I don't answer a DM, I will answer it. Sometimes I just open it, forget to answer. But I'm on those a lot. My website is also up, rajahcaruth.com. And excuse me, I start my real life racing back next week, next Tuesday at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So you guys can look at my social media, keep up to date on how I do next week and for the rest of the summer.
I love it. So everybody, we're going to reach out to him and let them know that you're from HUR at Home Lifestyle, so they know where they met you.
Cool.
Continued success to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You've inspired me, and I know you've inspired everybody else. You're dynamic, and thank God to your parents, who did a great job raising you from right here in the DMV. You make us all proud.
100%. Thank you to my parents. Thank you guys for having me on, for choosing me to do this. It was very fun to have a conversation with you.
Thank you so much. God bless. We'll see you on NASCAR. See you at the raceway. And thank you all for joining us. HUR at Home. Wow. Let me just tell you, keep up with us. Go to WHUR.com and you'll get the full schedule. And join me tomorrow night. I'm going to talk with the one and only Shanice. She's going to join us. We'll be on Instagram, and that'll be at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good night. And turn on 96.3 WHUR.